Good morning and welcome to today's webinar from Eclipse. My name's Stuart O'Donoghue and I'll be presenting today's topic, Web Services for NAV. It's a bit of a technical topic today, so anyone that mightn't be so technically inclined might have a little bit to learn. Firstly, what are web services? Well, basically it's a method for communicating between two processes, and they can do it over the internet. So you could have a web server with a website on it, an e-commerce website, and you want that to talk to your ERP system that's on your server inside your office. So the web services allow communication between the two parties, and I like to think of them as a conversation. What versions are supported by web services? Well, for NAV, only NAV 2009, and that's including Service Pack 1 and R2. That's the only version that has got the mid-tier server, which is the key to the web services working with your NAV database. We have upgraded clients with older versions. We've done a technical upgrade to NAV 2009 who wish to use web services as well. So don't worry if you've got an old version of NAV, an older version. You don't have to do a full upgrade. We can just do a technical upgrade to get the mid-tier server working. All right, well, what's the benefits of web services? Firstly, they're real-time. So as, let's say our example where we've got a website, as a customer enters in an order, they're after a particular quantity of a product, and in real time we can give them an error message back and say that if they're after 6 and we've only got 4 in stock, we can say we've only got 4, and the customer can make a decision at that point. I'll take the 4, or I'll come back next week when you can supply 6. So that handling of errors happens straight away, and the example that we've been using with the website, the customer can make a decision based on that error message. Maybe his credit limit's exceeded. He's only got $1,000 to spend, so he might reduce a few things on his order. Just like you see people doing in the supermarket where they've got to the counter and they've bought too many things and haven't got enough cash. So that real-time validation, as we've been saying, is going to give you a lot of advantages, make the systems work a lot smoother. Because alternative to that is batch processing. So it wouldn't be as effective if a customer places an order for 20 different items, and then an hour later when you process the batch, you send him an email back to say 10 of those are out of stock. So the time's gone then. He's not logged on anymore. He probably won't place an order or buy some alternative products. Also, another benefit is it's a cost-effective way to connect two systems, assuming that both of them support web services. So because of that conversation type scenario there, there's a lot less error handling because it happens straight away, and the user at one end can often respond to that error. There's a lot less mucking around in error handling and log files and things like that than what would be involved in a batch system. All right, and another side benefit, as I mentioned before, you need the mid-tier server because NAV 2009's got your three tiers. That mid-tier server you need for the web services, and by porting work through that mid-tier server, you can manage the amount of processor time it takes, so it's not impacting on your main ERP system. All right, we've got different examples. Firstly, at Eclipse, we've spent a lot of time and effort developing our supply point add-ons, and we've also developed a lot of customer add-ons as well. So I'll just take you through the customer add-ons first. The first one is a retailer, Australia's most successful online retailer of appliances, one of our NAV customers, who we've integrated their website, their previous website, in with their NAV ERP system. Now, Eclipse sell our supply point web store, but this customer had invested a lot of time and money and had a lot of IP in their existing website, and they wanted that website connected back to their ERP system. So we've managed to do that with our web services and using web services as our development environment. All right, we've also got another client of ours who, similar situation, they've got a web store, and this particular one is an independent direct marketer of wine. So it's you can log on and put an order in there to have 12 bottles of red delivered, every 2 months, and you can go in and change that. You might change it from 12 bottles of red to 6 bottles of red, 6 bottles of white. So real time, that all talks. The customer logs onto their website, talks back to their ERP system if prices change or availability changes for a particular product line. All of that's handled directly, and the customer can make a decision on the spot. And another example of using web services for our customers is an Australian distributor of fast-moving consumer goods. It's a group of companies, and they distribute things like confectionery, and they had a mobility solution where their sales reps are using an iPad to take the orders, and that then connects back into the ERP system, into NAV, in real time. So those orders go in, supplier stock, credit information, all of those things are relayed to and from the applications, and the decisions can be made on the spot. So the Eclipse add-ons that we've developed this for is our Supply Point e-commerce portal, which is, as I mentioned earlier, that's our web store for NAV. So that's a fully integrated web store back to NAV using the web services. It's all configurable from within NAV. You can set what products you want to appear on the web and what ones you don't. The pictures are all loaded up in NAV. You don't need to have any web developers in your organisation to connect this straight through from NAV up to your website. The next one is our Supply Point warehouse scanning solution. So that allows people to have a paperless warehouse. So all of the warehouse staff have got handheld terminals, and they run a copy of Windows Mobile, and then that web services back into the NAV warehousing system. So they do their picks and receipts and picks, etc., all off that handheld terminal. And lastly, we've got our Supply Point portal, which basically allows you to run a cut-down version of NAV in a web browser. So you can do order entry, document approvals, purchase entries, etc., receipts through the Supply Point portal, and as we've said, that just runs straight between NAV and the browser application. So why use Eclipse for your web services integration? Well, we've got a lot of experience. We've developed our Supply Point add-ons all using web services. We've integrated it to many customer applications using web services as well to NAV. And you can also use the web services anywhere you've got a lot of interaction between one application and another that both use web services, such as NAV and a graphing program, such as Excel, or there's server applications for project that you could potentially link back to NAV using using the web services. All right, and another reason you might want to use web services is that out in the big wide world of NAV add-ons, which there must be tens of thousands of add-ons in the world, some of those will require web services to communicate back to NAV, and therefore you'd have to have that web services installed and working, and Eclipse has got a lot of experience doing that now. So where to next? If you like the idea of web services, if you've got an application that in your organisation that you've been always wanting to connect into your ERP system, that you just haven't been able to do it because it's been too difficult or too complex, web services might be the answer. And here at Eclipse, we've got a lot of experience, probably more experience, I would definitely say, without knowing for sure, than any other reseller in Australia. And the next step would be to contact your account manager. So just give them a call and ask them that you want to speak to someone about web services, and they'll put you in touch with the right person. Well, this is Stuart O'Donoghue. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation today, and I hope you tune in for another webinar from Eclipse coming to you soon. Thank you very much.